Hello there, I'm the Common Sense Guy. Before I get into this video, which I'm going to be a little bit annoyed about, I'm going to be a little bit angry about, but please don't take that for anger as in I'm angry at everybody. Just listen to the actual argument, the actual premise of what's going on, and I'll explain it as best as I can, as I hope you've all come to realise that I try my best to explain the reasons why I feel the way I do, rather than just, feeling. But that being said, this piece of paper in front of you is a CPS respondence to a girl of 13 who had been raped by the Telford rape gangs, who will now not have her case heard in court because even if this is true, it's still wrong, because she apparently wittingly went to see the defendant of over the ages of 20, 25. But yet, statutory rape does not apply to these type of gentlemen anymore. Statutory rape doesn't apply to, our children anymore. It doesn't apply to the fact that these people absolutely groomed these children, had them have the idea that they were part of a boyfriend and girlfriend sect, and then absolutely desecrated them by passing them around like fucking cigarettes. And you want to sit there and try and say, CPS, that we're not going to press forward with this because they willingly did it. It's a 25-year-old man with a 13-year-old girl. What the fuck happened to our westernized fucking rules and civilization? Where did that go? What's happened? Why will you not prosecute these men? So, I know that the writing in itself is very, very blurred. I'm going to try my best to read this to you. I'm going to try my best to explain the reasons why I feel that this is bullshit. With that being said, let's try and read this through, shall we, together? So from the top, this assessment is made after reviewing the evidence obtained by the police during the course of their investigation. In assessing this material, I must also consider the likely issues that would be raised as part of the defence case. In this case, we conclude that there was insignificant evidence to prosecute. I'm going to move on because that's going to annoy me. It is necessary for me to refer to some of the evidence in this case in order to explain this decision, and I apologise if the details I'm about to provide cause you any further distress. So let's just take a quick couple of seconds to digest what's just been said. What's basically just been said is that they believe that the defence is going to have a better case, so they will not waste their time in actually being able to defend justice, but rather they're going to let that man walk that obviously at least broke the law, as in the version of a statutory rape, if you believe the reports. And like you, like me, I don't. They were raped. They were molested. They were absolutely torn apart, physically and mentally. And take that any way you want. And you, CPS, want to sit there and just, I don't know, piss all over this poor little girl's, this poor teenager's life. What has happened to this country? What has honestly happened to this country where we won't take a man that is over 25, over 27, to court at least to try the case that he at least statutorily raped this woman, this child? So I don't carry on too much. We're going to carry on reading as best as we can. Again, sorry about it being blurred. The defence that was put forward in this case was that blacked out name. So when you see that, it said a name. Was that willingly met the suspect and had consensual sexual intercourse with him. Also, at the time this took place, the suspect held a reasonable belief that was over the age of 16. Well, that doesn't stop white people getting produced to statutory rape clause, does it? It doesn't stop black men doing the same thing and having the same thing happen to them, does it? It is not one rule for one and one rule for another. It is a universally held. That's why justice is blind, and that's why justice will prevail. But not in this instance, eh? And the actual point of saying that a 13-year-old can actually give sexual intercourse consent is a little bit stupid, considering that the law is there as a 16. Anybody below the age of 16 is legally not able to give consent. That's the point of statutory rape laws. Go look it up. Oh wait, sorry, you're the CPS. You're supposed to fucking know this. I have seen the 2 video statements provided to the police, and I would like to thank you both for agreeing to provide these. It must have been a very distressing experience. So it's such a fucking distressing experience that this girl actually is supposed to have given consensual sex to this gentleman, but is in such distress that you've actually picked up on it from the fucking video interviews. I don't think that's the definition of fucking consent, is it? And it is not easy to go through matters again in order to provide a statement to the police. No, it's not. Do you know what's not easy either? Going through all that fucking matters, as you put it, and then actually not providing an actual case. To not even bother to go to court to decide in a jury of their peers if they are at least, by the definition of law that you could prosecute on, victims of statutory rape. At least. But hey, interesting, isn't it? Well, no. Fuck off. It's not actually interesting at all. It's disgusting. There are a number of potential charges to consider. I have firstly addressed my mind as to whether an offence of rape has been committed. Yeah, statutory rape is still fucking rape. Nah. In order for someone to be convicted of an allegation of rape, the prosecution must prove that a victim was not consenting to the sexual intercourse, and in addition, that person accused did not reasonably believe that the victim was consenting. In this case, the prosecution may be able to satisfy a jury so that they are sure that the sexual intercourse as described by took place without her consent, and also in addition that the suspect did not have a reasonable belief that she was consenting. That's not the point. You're missing the idea of statutory rape. And yes, I'm going to bring this up simply because that if they cannot get them on the actual fucking crimes, then let's get them on fucking something. Which is still what actually happened. It's not a stretch. It's at least statutory rape. That's the point that I'm trying to make in this. And this CPS letter is not even suggesting that they go down that road, which is ludicrous to me. It is not for any defendant to prove his or her innocence. I need to consider the last part of this legal requirement very carefully. I therefore need to look to see if there is any other supporting evidence to assist us in proving this element of the offence. Statutory rape. Just go with that. Just take them. This is the CPS that is dealing with a 16-year-old at this point in time, but at the time of the rape, and yes, it was rape, was 13. And the person that they're talking about that is a consenting boyfriend, I don't want to use that term, but legally, a consenting boyfriend was at the age of 25, 27, depending on what one this is. And luckily enough, we don't know the name of the woman. And I feel that that is best for us at this moment in time. Otherwise, there might be a lot more anger in the streets about what has actually happened. As you can tell, I'm quite annoyed myself about it. I don't feel that this is how our great justice system is supposed to fucking act and provide a service to anybody. I don't give a fuck that it's white children. I don't give the fuck that it's an Asian man that's being prosecuted. It's not a bother to me. The bother is justice is supposed to be blind, regardless of what your race and creed are. And yet, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that this person's come forward and at least provided proof that she was statutorily raped, at least. But it's okay, because the bloke at the beginning said, well, you know, she come over consentingly, we had sex consensually, because I said so. That's it. And I'm of reasonable assurance that she was 16, even though all the friends that she was with all told me that she wasn't. Even though that she probably told me she wasn't. But hey, it doesn't really matter. The point of fact is that the CPS know that she was so consenting that they picked up in 2 video interviews that she was so distressed about talking about these issues and talking about what has happened that she obviously consented. Because, you know, consenting to something normally makes you distressed about it, doesn't it? You know, pissed off and angry. But hey, again, I'm not a legal representative. I'm not a legal person. But yet, still, it still makes no fucking sense, does it? Last little paragraph and then we're all finished. In her statements to the police, was clear that although she may not have wanted sexual intercourse with the suspect, she agreed to do so, and the suspect would not have been aware of her actions at the time that she did not want to have sexual intercourse with him. So the girl says in an interview that she didn't want to have sexual intercourse, but she didn't say yes or no. Now, I'm not going to change my principles on my rape allegations and things like that, which is that if the woman doesn't say yes or no, how is the gentleman supposed to know what's going on? I'm not going to change that. But at the same time, that's the reason why I'm saying that this is at least statutory rape. At least. At least it's statutory rape. Surely it must be. So the last little bit that just proves the fact at the end. As such, a charge of rape would not be appropriate. Indeed, the police did not seek a charging decision from the CPS for an offence of rape. So the police did not seek a charging decision. They weren't bothered about it. And as the police are not pushing for it, the CPS generally can't do anything either. But it's just proof the fact that the police are not pushing for a statutory rape. The reason why I can't catch my words is because I'm so fucking annoyed. I'm trying my best to be quiet and not shout, but this type of stuff, I can understand why some people will go off and do these hate crimes, so to speak, of hitting people and doing whatever. Now, I don't condone any of that. It's more of a fact I'm more pissed off at my government. I'm more pissed off at the fact that the police won't help these people. That the CPS won't help these people. Unfortunately, crimes are going to happen. People are shitty. But that's the point of having the government. That's the point of having the fucking police. That's the point of having the CPS and the justice fucking system. That's the whole fucking point. It just doesn't bode well for the rest of us in general, and I mean everybody in that. I don't mean white people, I don't mean black people, I don't mean Asian people. I mean everybody. It doesn't bode well for a universal justice fucking system if we can't even convict people of fucking statutory rape, at least, when the person has been passed around like a fucking cigarette. Do you not understand that, CPS, BBC, Sky News, and the fucking rest of you that won't even report on these cunting things? So with that all being said, I think it's best for me to say au revoir, farewell, adieu, auf Wiedersehen, I'll see you all again. But first of all, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this video, and don't forget to check out my new videos. See you all again real soon. Bye bye for now.